Hello, hello, hello. I am so glad that you are here today. I'm excited about our program. I have KeJohnna Owens. He is an entrepreneur and he's also an author. And I am just excited that he's here with me today. And and so let me bring him on. Hello, KeJohnna. How are you?
In the middle of the day, it's still about hard work. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. You are welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And let me just share with our audience a little bit about you. The saying, when life tosses you lemons, you make lemonade, is a way of life that KeJohnna has mastered. Having to overcome personal life altering decisions in his youth that set him on a course for disaster. KeJohnna made a concentrated effort to not only make his life mean something, but to open doors for success to help make better lives for others. Overcoming adversities that most couldn't come back from, he adopted Gandhi's philosophy for change and made a commitment to be the change that he wanted to see in the world. So, as Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you for being here. And I am asking you to just kind of share with our audience your story.
Wow, amazing, man! I gotta take you with me anywhere I go. That amazing introduction. Oh my goodness, ain't a word, but I call you Dr. Thomas. Dr. Thomas, it's amazing. I'm honored, privileged to be on your platform, to see the work that you're doing, the commitment that you have to help other people, open up doors for other people to share their story. And all we can do is want to make an impact. And you are definitely making an impact. I'm glad to be a friend, a partner in success. And
Thank you.
absolutely, I'm on board with all you have. Thank you for having me on.
Thank
Uh,
you.
as you said, I come from some great beginnings. I had two of the best parents a child could ever have. Man, my mom and my dad made sure I never really knew what was going on. You know how it is. Stuff is going on, but you don't know as a kid. And they protected me with that. I made some decisions along the way. I was granted some major support, belief in myself as a young child. My grandfather coined me when I was 5 years old, the key man. He said he was 6'4" now. I'm 5 years old, Dr. Thomas. I'm 5 years old. He says, "You shall be known as from henceforth the key man. Anything, everything, anything that you do, anything that you touch, anything that you desire to have in your life, you will have. If you work at the dump factory, you will become the dump factory master because you are anointed. You are the key man." And that's been a door that's been kind of prophesied in my life. And I've been blessed to go through some major life altering decisions. Not thinking, I mean, thinking or not thinking or not knowing what to think, whichever way you say it. But Dr. Thomas, yeah, been able to make some great major adjustments in my life. And I told God, if you allow me to make these changes and adjustments, I will be the change that you need to show in the world to whatever degree that could be.
That's what, can you kind of share and expound a little bit on what those things were that you had to change?
Some internal. I think personal development is the first part of any kind of change. And that personal development happens along the way. My father was bestowed upon me some wisdom well beyond my years. That was the problem. 10 years old, my father's quoting Socrates and Aristotle and those uh, quotes like that to get me to understand things. The teacher will only appear when the student is ready. 10 years old, you don't get it. But later on in life, as you develop, things happen. You make decisions. You find yourself in the ramifications sometimes of those decisions. And that's where those things come to you, and it's kind of awakening. That teacher appears, that opportunity to if you would have had another choice to make, would you have made that same choice? And the only way you could find it out is by looking in the mirror. I looked in the mirror and said I wanted to be a different person, and that was the beginning of change.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you wrote a poem regarding that and talking about being a man and the tears of a man. So I would love for you to take some time and share that with us.
You know, thank you for even allowing me to. I wrote this poem in a kind of enlightened place, but in a dark alley, if you will. I mean, those of you that get it, you're gonna have to get the book. I'm gonna tell the whole story, but I've seen a lot of things that a lot of people I wish they would never have to see in life, and I've seen some things that I wish everybody could see in life. But I've looked at, man, right now, if you look at what's going on around the world, around the country, women are making some powerful moves that make such a difference in the world. And men, what we've come to do is internalize the crimes against us. And when your father has to tell you at 8 or 9 years old that the one mission that when you leave the house is not is to get back to the house. As a black kid, that's not what you should be worried about. That's black life.
Yeah.
And men, we have had to brunt this, without, can't cry, can't be sad, can't look down, man up, lost my job, got an X on my back, you're not hiring. So what? Man, my wife took my job. Man, so what? It doesn't matter, right? Men don't get a chance to have. But it's important. But we cry in different ways. So it was an experience in my life, and this young man had lost his entire family.
Mm.
His entire family, his mother, his three of his sisters, five of his family members, on the way to see him in a scenario of life that nobody wants to be in. But while they were on the way, they crashed. But this brother couldn't cry.
Oh,
Your
oh my.
brother couldn't cry. He wouldn't cry. He had to take it. There was nothing to him. He had to keep going. And that right there made me write this poem called The Tears of a Man. The tears of a man don't flow down the sides of his face. Most times they flow from his heart through his veins to a hidden place. The tears of a man aren't allowed to flow freely in plain view. See, they must be suppressed because that's what society says a man must do. The tears of a man may come out in grunts as he lifts weights, allowing his physical to override his mental and his spiritual states. The tears of a man shine ever so brightly as his diamonds gleam, right? Allowing his wearing the best designer wear to hide his low self-esteem. The tears of a man may come to pass in dark and in private as he goes about a perpetual portrayal of himself and his self-hate. The tears of a man may come to oftentimes manifest in violence. Sometimes there are signs of a looming storm as he stalks in silence. The tears of a man may drip drop as he beats his wife, mad at himself for faking his way through life. See, the tears of a man burn in his eyes as he pulls the trigger. His tears are tin shells hitting the concrete as he stares at the prone figure. The tears of a man run through his veins as he overdoses on dope, mad at himself with his one last, crying out with his one last hope. The tears of a man can reach their final destination in a lonely room. If he's not allowed to express himself, the last sound he may make may be a cylinder spin, a trigger squeeze, a resounding boom. The tears of a man must be allowed to be run freely, allowing him to overcome his long-standing repression. Sometimes after that long cry, brother, you'll be able to shake off that long-standing depression. That's tears of a man.
And that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And yes, young boys are told you can't cry. You're not supposed to cry. But tears is a form of release. And to be able to do that is absolutely important. And to see Okay. It looks
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry. I was yes.
It looks like I'm having a problem with my Facebook stream. And so I'm not sure whether or not, I know I don't have any comments coming through. So I am concerned that my Facebook page is not showing this video, but it
Well,
is
we got the
also
recording, and somebody's gonna get the juice. They might have to get this in the archive. I'll tell you what, technical difficulties, life experiences, all the same thing. You know what I say? Hey, so what? It'll
so
work.
what?
So somebody, if one person, we can make an impact with. Man, here, please. That's all he asks is to do your best. So doing your best is that. Uh,
Absolutely.
you got an original right there. I've never done that before. I've never shared that poem publicly. Surely not as broadly as this can be shared.
Well, it was beautiful, and I just pray that people will hear this replay and see how impactful this poem really is. Now, in addition to that, you've written a book called The Seven Keys to Success. And I want to kind of talk about that and then talk about what it is that you do to help other people. So let's kind of talk about the seven keys to success.
Oh wow! Thank you for another opportunity to share. You see the practical principles for personal achievement. It's so many works out here that are. I mean, I read. I'm an avid reader. I love a book, 48 Laws of Power. It was one of the most powerful books. I mean, I tore that book up a whole bunch of times. And people that know 48 Laws of Power is a totally differentiated mental kind of book. But I'm looking, and I'm hearing everybody's story, and all it is your story. The book is based on the principles of success being an acronym, if you will. Start now. Use what you have. Control what you know. Complete what you start, execute your plan, share your success, and stand for something. That's what the book is. And as I was wanting to put something out there, I didn't want to put something out there that said, "Well, this is how you do it. I've got the Bentley." No, it's the work. I've learned that nothing works but the work. Everybody wants to get these shortcuts, and every time I've taken a shortcut, it leads to a long route. Every single time, it's
Abs-
taken from.
Absolutely.
I got. Oh man, yes.
And the very first one is start now. So I want to kind of say to my audience, take action. Things will happen. Persist and you will gain. Pursue your goals day by day. Your life will not be the same. Dream dreams without hesitation. Visualize them, see them every day. Feel the excitement, exaltation while you're on your way. And so you got to start now. A lot of times people want to wait until they get it all together. And I want you to kind of talk about that. And you
Look,
said for number two, let's talk about it. Use what
well,
you
now
have.
you got me in a rocking chair. Now you're coming down the pew on me, right? But people write a lot of books. It's a lot of stuff. I'm talking about I live the book. The $5, the work, the commitment. The people say a lot of things while it's comfortable, but will they continue to do it when things get uncomfortable? A whole pandemic came about. What did you do?
Yes.
You made a transition. You were a guest on a podcast I was doing. We were both
Yes.
learning. But look at what you've done. You've taken the knowledge, you've applied it. You didn't know what to do, but what did you do? You started now. Just
Yes.
started too. I think too many people think that you gotta have. I don't know what they think you gotta have. I don't know why we think we have to have it. And starting now, I love the lawn more business. I just as a good premise of how to start something for a guy. No money. A lawnmower? Check. Weed eater? Weed eater? Check. Got some trash bags? Yeah, check. Uh, man, a couple more little tools. I mean, you got the basis right now. Right now. Hey, man, next door, ABC Lawn and Garden. Can I serve you? I'm just saying. You can start right now. Now, is that all right? No. Do you have the EIN number? No. Do you have the insurance? No. Is it all, the taxes? No, you don't. I get it. Hey, man, if you're waiting for all that to line up, man, it's gonna be a long day. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a long day. It's a lot of people waiting on something to happen outside of their own circumstances that they won't activate. And this is a quote that the philosophy of mine. Activate, activate the work to the level of your faith. Activate the work to the level of your faith. I'm gonna say it again. Activate the work to the level of your faith. If you believe that you deserve a 10,000 square foot home, activate the work. Now, some people believe
Absolutely.
that they can have a 10,000 square foot kitchen. Activate the level of work to your level of faith. He said, man, we can have flocks and herds. I don't know what that means, but one thing you got to do is start now. The journey of 1,000 miles begin with one step. That's Tony.
Yes. Yes.
You get it. And that's starting now. I don't want to, but the energy is like a plane. It takes about 80% of the fuel for the plane to take off to get in the air, something around there, right?
Right.
We on coast, but see that nobody did the work. They want to get the drip on the website, the click. It's already supposed to put it up on Facebook and wait until the morning until all the hits come in. I need 1,000,000 hits. Can you get me 1,000,000 hits? You've been running a business for 10 years. Have you had 1,000,000 hits yet? No. You want them tomorrow, though, right? Man, start now. I'm sorry. I digress. Mighty woman.
But go ahead. Hey, keep talking. Hey,
Digress.
you're saying what people need to hear. So
Well, believing in what you say is what you hear from me. See, that's what I mean by it's a whole bunch of people that you can have the Bentley like mine. What I believe is, man, I'm in the trenches with the people. So if you're willing to be in the trenches, it's like having a friend and you're both on the skateboard and your skateboard wheel breaks. You got a friend that breaks off, and you got the kind that say, man, we'll walk together. I'm the kind that say, man, let's walk. Let's do a walk. So starting now is the biggest part. Just fail out there. So what? I mean,
nothing beats a failure but a try.
hey man, you better get something going on. And it don't
Absolutely.
have to be this and it don't have to be that. But I told the guy, you don't have to do anything with me. But what you must find is what you're gonna do for you and get started. Don't worry about mine. Get yours. Now we can do it together. But here it is, man. You gotta get started now. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. And I
It's a
wanted,
whole workbook.
yeah, let's talk about the book. Now, KeJohnna is committed to the furthering of business and organizational visions that impact lives in a powerful and positive ways. Having a problem with my mouth. KeJohnna Owens is also owner of Success Express Marketing Solutions, a California based marketing company it poised to be the go-to source for business marketing success. His commitment to making a successful impact in other people's lives and in the business development industry across the country has opened doors for many to not only change, but to awaken the God given talents and blessings that sometimes people don't see in themselves. So, helping people see what they have to offer is a part of what you do. And your book kind of talks about that, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Thank you again. It's in the book. I mean, really, it's success. It's an acronym. As again, start now. Use what you have. Control what you know. I like use what you have, but we just kind of compile that into that first S. We start now, and then the lawnmower scenario. Use what you have. That's look around your surroundings, man. Man, you need some money. You need to get the income to start the business. Maybe a garage sale. You got we gotta find a way to make a way. That's it. Everybody got all the excuses, man. Somebody would give me a whole bunch of excuses. I said, well, listen here. I'll give you an hour. If you want to give me just give me a half hour, and I'll tell you all about mine too. But then we gotta get to work, man. The only thing that works is the work. In this book right here, I wrote about the work that I've done, the things that I've experienced by not being afraid to open the door for myself. That as a marketer, as a business developer, as a community guy, as a networker by natural nature, by DNA. I love helping people. I just continued to go into doors well beyond my, I guess, preparedness, communication level. And believe I couldn't talk like this. I don't wear suits every day like I do now. I wasn't as polished as a communicator. You could please believe I didn't know what five forks were at the dinner table. I was making all kinds, but I was in the room. And I put that in this book because I put that in this book because I want people to get that you don't have to wait for somebody to validate who you are. You are.
Amen.
And you don't have to wait for somebody to say you could do a podcast or you could be on Dr. Thomas and talk about your book. Is it a bestseller? Hey, guess what? I did become bestseller for one weekend in business development, coaching, and mentoring for one weekend on Amazon. I don't
Oh,
know. I
congratulations.
just did the word. It's just I just put this deal through. Somebody said, "Well, how'd you write the book?" And I wrote the book, man. I
And
just,
there you go. You got two books. That's
hey,
awesome.
from a place, if you will, that's when people say you can't do something, it should charge you. When the world seems to be against what your vision is, it should charge you. It shouldn't charge you against the world, and it shouldn't charge you against anybody. It should just charge you. It should just charge you to succeed because God put something in us of greatness that nobody has to believe in. Nobody has to believe in what you believe in because it's the only thing He gave to you. He told you
Yes.
to help your kids. He didn't tell me to help the kids. He told me to write a book about business and overcoming. So we do what we're told to do, and at the end of doing what we're told to do, if we do the work, I don't know what the proceeds are, but I tell you what. Mentor of mine asked me, "Do you know why they sell $40 million jets?" He said, "Because people buy it. Apply the
Yeah.
work to the level of your faith."
Yes.
I'm just saying, if it's to be, we can make it happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what you had, let me also say a part of the time in our show, we get feedback from our audience, and we don't have any feedback because it's not on Facebook, but we'll
We
just
got to
keep
hide.
talking
That's all
for
right.
this
That's all right.
hour and
Hey,
make it
and we got the
happen.
recording, whatever it is. Guess what? If we worried about the outside, we can't control. What we can control is the impact that we're making here. So
Yes.
you're going to be able to replay it. It's going to be out there. They can't stop what's already good. Uh,
Yes. And you talked about talk a little bit about your faith and how that has impacted your life and how it has impacted your business and how it has made a difference in other people's lives. Your faith.
you know it. Uh, be the change that you want to see in the world. That's that's Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change you want to see in the world. I saw things that I wanted to see a different way in business, in spirit, in the world, in people, in life. And I wasn't activating that kind of spirit. That kind of spirit moved within me, and it was a common sense Bible, if you will, that actually moved me. I was into some wild stuff, and the scripture read, "If fools lead fools, all the fools will fall into the ditch." And I was the head fool. I was like, man, I'm leading to the ditch. And what I read in the scripture, if I can, it was Matthew 15:14. Let them alone. They be the blind leaders of the blind. If the blind should lead the blind, they both shall fall into the ditch. And when I found myself being the blind leader of the blind, I said, Lord, if you will help me change, I'll be the same leader. But I lead them in a way that I could be the change that I seek to in the world. And
Amen.
that opened some doors for
Amen.
me. And I just began to, do some different things. I didn't change who I was. I didn't my operation changed, but I changed who I knew, whose I knew I was.
Amen.
And that applied in the business and the book and in my process and meeting people like yourself.
And I will say, you do walk your talk. You are truly a man of God. You have such a spirit of servitude. You know, you are a servant, and God is using you in so many ways to help so many people and to impact so many lives. And to know you is to honor what it is that you do.
I appreciate that. Hey, but the work. Guess what? You know, when application to the business side of it. You asked me that. I didn't want to negate application. Now I had to share a little bit of why. I think it's very important that your spirit is enmeshed in your business.
Yes.
In order for it to have longevity, in order for it to be attractive to others, to give their spirit, their commitment, their time, their patience, and toil and tool inside of a business of any sort, it's got to have some meat and potatoes and philosophy too. Chick-fil-A, for instance, as a big brand, I'm just using an example. The brand is good. They're cheery. They're already professional. They stand out in the cold. The sandwiches are bland. It's not very good. It's just high. They close on Sunday.
Yes.
That's me. That's what that turn is. Now, you go in different stores, you could tell by the leadership out of this. I saw that I wanted to apply that to business principles, and I wanted to show people that from any walk of life, from any point in your starting point in life, that you could run and operate a business on any level. So I went through I guess the personal internship of owning your own business and struggling your way through it, because you got to do your own internship. You're not going to get paid. People want to not put the body of work into it, like the root. I like the root, right? You make that gumbo. It's a lot of good gumbo. You could get the recipe. You
Yes.
can't get that roux. That's grandmama roux, right? She stirred that for an hour straight, and she hummed the whole time. And then pots knew her name. You can't make that again. When you put that in a business, the brain will be synonymous with the meat and potatoes of the business. So my company, Success Express, is much more than any kind of marketing. I believe it's very enmeshed with intellectual property, being able to share um, concept of ideas. Where are you going? What's 10 years out look like? What's the end picture look like? If we get from a point there and then get a shovel,
Hold, keep that up for a minute so we can see what it says.
can you see that?
Don't whine. Keep your promises. Do your best. Say your prayers. Please pray with please and thank you and work hard. Work hard.
They want to take this part off.
Right.
They want to take the work out. I got the website. Yeah. I got the. And you got to be diligent on the deal. Make a call, send an email, do the work, stand up for you when you let down. Say, hey, excuse me, sir. Yes, sir. Not a problem. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Not a problem. So I saw what I needed, what I would like to have. It was the quote, be the change that you would like to see in the world. So I became the change, and I worked to become the change as a leading marketing source in the marketing industry. And by the philosophy of being the change that I would want for my business as a marketer.
Yes. That's wonderful. And what would you say to people that they have a dream, they have a vision, but life is just throwing them lemons. They're throwing them lemons back and forth, back and forth. Every time you turn around, there's something else that's keeping them from moving forward with what it is they want to do. What would you say to people like that?
3 words: get back up. That's it. You got to get back up. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody has that answer. I don't know. You could get in a conversation. Well, you don't know my situation. Fair enough. You don't know what I've been. You're absolutely right. Man, they got me behind the thing. They ain't even my fault. I get it. Man, I can't afford the other thing. I know. I know. Who knows? Nobody has that answer. Most of the time, it's rhetorical to the self. The red bill came in. You know, you laugh because the red bill. You know the red bill. It's already red. It was white. It was green. All changed, all kind of colors like a rainbow. It's red now, right? Red
Yeah.
bill. Looking at the red bill. Man, they got the red bill. Hey, I had one too. You know, I don't know what to tell you. And call the people, chomp the bullet. And a lot of times you find out, facing the fear, doing anyway.
Yes,
They'll
that's a
work a
great
plan.
book.
They'll work a plan out with you right quick. They'll work a quick plan out with you like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, you're running from the people for nothing. You never even seen the bill, man. You're running from it. All of that is the phone number on the number. Call and ask them. They say, don't worry about it. We activate it. We get another month. Oh, wow.
Yes. And you know, we worry about things. And one of the things I encourage people to do is sit down, write down every single thing you are worried about, put it in an envelope, seal it, and put it in a drawer for 6 months. And guess what? What you're going to find is most of the things you were worried about never happened. The other things, the other
That's
things
good.
work themselves out. And so we find that we worry needlessly, you know, and the serenity prayer is also very critical for me because you accept the things you cannot change. If you can't change it, why are you worried about it? If you can change it, why are you worried about it?
Man, why do we pray and then worry?
Exactly.
That's a crazy concept in itself.
Exactly.
So we just talking. Maybe, you know, the impact would be good. If the spirit is strong, right? No, woman of God, Lord, right? We pray. Thank you. And get up.
What am
And take it right
I
back and take it right back.
gonna do? Exactly. I
And it was,
used exactly. I used to have a sign on my refrigerator with just that. Why worry if you're gonna pray? Why pray if you're gonna worry?
what's the deal? And it's kind of like, especially as adults, see, as adults, I'm a baby in the word, so I call myself a baby. I challenge anyone in just life, biblically or otherwise, read me in the book of the walk, what the walk is. You might find a scripture. I'll fit in there somewhere about what it looked like in the walk. I don't know. I just believe that, you know, I'm doing the best that I could apply to be the change, the different. Man, people sit there and just, I'll give it back to you. I digress. We're
No,
having
go ahead. Talk. No,
uh,
talk.
the,
Talk.
the ability to make an impact in other people's lives, the ability to just share and grow and to connect with others, man, is something amazing. I think that one thing in our network, if it can, a change here in our network of building, we haven't found a way to value each other, and a lot of times that becomes because we don't value ourselves. To take the time to now. I started now with my lawnmower. You know, you see how I'm gonna bring it in. I started now with my lawnmower. I used what I had right there. That's all I had. You know what? I didn't tell everybody what I was doing, so I controlled what I knew. I knew I just needed to get started, so I just started with. I didn't even have a truck, but I rented one from U-Haul.
There
Right?
you go.
I just said, hey, you know, I made $150. Cost me $70 to make 150. $5.
But you were on your way. It
Hey,
was
get started. Right. And being able to complete that task and execute it and share that success and stand for something. That whole part of what I'm talking about in this book is embodiment is what I put in my business. Uh, I'm looking to connect with people that, you know, I want to do the work. They don't.
You
You
gotta want to.
got
You gotta want to do the work. You know, you can't just sit back and expect stuff to fall on your lap because it doesn't happen that way. And so, being persistent, consistent, and doing what you need to do.
and you be at a door. I say this all the time. It's like we're waiting for a key to a door that has no lock. We haven't even turned the knob to see that it's just open. It's just waiting there. You ever experienced that?
Yes.
Waiting there by the door, you see some people coming in and out like, I'll wait there an hour. They just
Yes.
living the best. Man, don't be afraid. My dad said this one time. It was funny. He said, man, we too broke not to win. You don't got nothing to do but to win.
That's it. You know, you
Man,
can't. That's it. Gotta win. You gotta win. And you gotta do what you have to do to make that happen for you. And I used to do training programs with people that were trying to move on with their lives. And I remember this one, I used to tell people a lot of times, just when we are ready to quit is when the door is about to open. And I had a young man in this one class, and what he wanted to do, he came in saying, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. And during the course of the training, the opportunity for him to do that was came to my attention. The guy didn't show up for the class.
right,
And I'm thinking, oh my God, the opportunity just came and he's not here.
right.
And that happens a lot of times when, you know, we work at a thing and we work at a thing and then we get disappointed or discouraged. And
Here's
okay,
a
hey,
here's an
okay,
image. Oh man, there's an image um, that has the man he's chopping down in the diamond mine, and he's got like one more strike, just one more strike to go, but he just
yes,
and the other man
yes,
has got a little ways to go. It's a great uh, visual aesthetic of the way to see it. My wife, she is amazing. I'm in sales. I'm in marketing. I'm in business development. I own my own business. I don't have a Friday like, yeah, on Friday we'll see how it works. Friday doesn't work like that. It's
yes,
work. And
yes,
some of those days don't work out. And she tell
yes,
me, hey, back up in there.
yes,
And we strike and we hit. But if we consistently swing that back, it, sharp, strike that right there at that tree. Don't change the tree. It's right there.
yes,
Maybe want to sharpen the axe a little bit. I know
yes,
it's not. I know it's frustrating. I know it didn't come in the mail. I know they said it didn't work. I know the bill is in. I know they're asking for the money. I know it won't. It didn't work the last time. Yeah, they quit on you. Oh, they
yes,
changed the password. Oh, yeah, again. Whoa. They took my Facebook account down. I've got hundreds of thousands of contacts through all of these groups, a decade off since the beginning. And
wow.
you know
And
what? I never even said it. I
we
just
have
started.
no, that's okay, but I want to acknowledge one of our listening audience and Garen Clark. Hi, Garen. He's also a personality with DJ Grady Baby Radio. And he's saying they better learn a detour. Life doesn't supply a direct road to everything. If you want it enough, you'll cut through the forest to get it. That is awesome. And then he also said, worry is a pseudo thought. Most things that bother us never touches us. Absolutely. I'd like for you to respond to what he said about they'd better learn a detour. Life doesn't supply a direct road to everything. If you want it enough, you'll cut through the forest to get it.
Yeah, that's great. In any way that you could look at that and see it, that means that uh, people that lost children. I mean, that's court, something like that. Well, they didn't send me the mail. No, you gotta go back down there. You gotta go back down there again. You gotta go back down there again. You gotta go back down there again. And then you gotta write a letter. And then you gotta go back down there. Then you gotta go back down there. And then you gotta go back down there again. That's all. As far as worry, like we said, Lord, thank you. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Right behind the same thing. Two things. Worry is something like fear. You never seen it. It won't even know what it is. And we give it something credit to what other people think. Most time we've been in conversations and we know what to be said, so we fear that. That's figurative. Who cares? Uh, they might do this, and that's all we got a might to it too. That's funny. It might happen. Yeah, even though it might. One thing about fear, I try to reverse that. What's the best thing that can happen? Stuff is so hard. It's hard to reverse. So I don't want to get nobody no esoteric. Oh, it's easy. It's not. But if you could work on it, we always look at the worst thing. Never look at the best thing. What if it happened?
Absolutely.
What if it happened? What if the thing happened? Ooh.
Right. And fear, I heard this adage years ago. Fear is false evidence appearing real. However, if it appears real in our minds, and that's the whole thing, getting past the fear in our minds. And then thinking about the scripture that says God has not given us a spirit of fear,
I'm gonna have to
but
turn this thing on over here. You all right there. You never even seen nothing. Yes, ma'am.
God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. And so being able to think about that and recognize that we have to get, and like the book you referenced, feel the fear and do it anyway. Get past that. Get past it.
Most times the holdback is internal anyway. The business, whatever it is, network marketing in particular. Those of you that see that as a vehicle, I see it as a beautiful vehicle, home-based business ownership, and whatever model you see it in, it doesn't matter what it is. I've seen the pink Cadillac in Mary Kay. I've seen the paparazzi people had, man, they're making it happen, and they're making it happen all over the place. But the deal is, most times people sign up,
And they don't do the
but they
work.
never sign in. No,
Sign up, but don't sign
it's
in.
like sign up for college, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take the night class. That's easy. Yeah, boom, press in, yeah. But then they say, well, you got to come down and pick up your books, and the best time to come down is 4:30 in the morning because the line starts early. Oh, they don't want to do it. Sign in. Boot camp, Hell Week in football, 2 weeks, no ball, just run. Sign up, cool. Go to that first practice. Oh no, we quit. People don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work.
And it takes work to be successful. You can't just think about it. You got to do it.
And well, here's a good key to it. And finding, and I think sometimes the grind. When you love what you do, it's just who you are. That's me. That's how I feel. I get up in the morning, I'm excited. I'm looking for the email.
Yes.
I get up in the morning, I send an email, I'm looking for a response. So what I put out to the world that I want to achieve. I got partners that I'm doing some work for. I want to see that, our seed, our work produce a fruit of some sort that he says is right. Maybe it's amazing connection like you. We were able to meet through
Veronica.
Dr. Veronica Neely Morris.
Yes.
She connected us, and that was through L.J. Foster Glenn. Amazing connection, Dr. And just so many connections by doing the work. And then showing up and standing accountable. It's a couple of tenets of characteristics. That's another kind of deal, but doing the work.
And when you discover your passions, it's not work. When you discover your passions, you discover your life. And now I've quoted this on other shows, but this is appropriate for this show. It's the master, and I didn't write this, James Michener wrote this. The master in the art of living draws no distinction between his work and his play, his labor and his leisure, his mind and his body, his education and his recreation, his love or his religion. He hardly knows which is which. He simply pursues his vision of excellence through whatever it is he's doing and leaves it to others to determine whether he's working or playing. To himself, he's always doing both. And see, KeJohnna, because you have such a passion and such a drive and such a zeal for what it is that you do, because you know that this is God's plan, God's purpose for your life, then it's not like work. That's why you can possibly jump out of bed in the mornings.
You don't know me. You don't know me. Look, I get up so early. I'm not gonna even put the time. By 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm well into the morning,
Wow.
onto a training. But I do have an alarm set. It generally doesn't go off because I don't want to wake up my wife. But yeah, I like getting up. It's like a new gift. Shouldn't we want to receive the blessing of God? I got a new day. There were days that I thought I wouldn't have a day. See, that's what I mean. All of us had a day where we said, "Hey, Lord, if you will, I will." Right? We come through. If you give me, might have been a bill, could have been something. It could have been anything for anybody. I want to make anything more powerful than anything is less. Everybody's experience is uniquely their own. That's biblical. It is the worst day for you could have been the ketchup sprayed on your shirt. Could be, but that was a bad day to you. But we all had a day, and on that day when we said, "Man, Lord, if you get me through, if you will, man, I'll be the one that could." And since that day in my life, that's what I've been living in my life, and I've enmeshed that in everything. And you can hear a lot of stuff from a lot of people. They speak well, and they don't stutter, and I mean they don't got a brown tooth and everything else. It is what it is. But here it is. The passion to make a difference in somebody else,
Yes.
you know, comes from uniquely your own. And every morning I get up, I dress, I love to prepare myself. I've been a guy that, you didn't want to see, you come looking crazy. Now I'm a guy that, man, you always in a suit. Glad to see you again. That's the change. That's it. And it feels good. You can't buy it. You have to find it when you're passionate about it, when you get up about it, when it just it's in you. You can't stop it. You quit it before. You said you wouldn't do it again, and you're back doing it again. And you like doing it, but nobody around you believes it. That's
Yes.
it. See, they don't see it.
Yes.
And you don't think it's good, but they don't think that it ain't on them. Noah's out there with that ark.
Y-
Noah stayed out there with that ark, man. Everybody jumped on him. He crazy.
Yes, you crazy man. Why
He
you
crazy.
building this ark? The sun is shining. There's nothing going on, and you out here building an ark?
Everybody at the party,
Yes.
they moving and grooving. You over here building on the ark. You know why? Because I want to leave a legacy. You know why? Because I want to make a difference. You know why? Because I stand to be a man. And I told them that if they look at me, they see him in me. That's why. Now the
Yes.
business that I produce, man, that's why. And if you find that why, trash man, go to work early. Man, pick up the trash good. Listen, while you work, man, listen, somebody will see it, and it's not about them. It's
Yes.
about who you are.
Yes.
Effort is free, sister.
Yes. And the beauty is like, and there are so many trees here in Georgia. I mean, you can't help but see trees no matter where you go. But the beauty of God is not one tree is the same. Not one tree is the same. And it's the same with us. We are uniquely designed. And so understanding a lot, and I'm saying that because so many times people don't do what they want to do because they're comparing themselves to other people. And when you compare yourself to other people, we always fall short. We always fall short. Garen has another comment. He says, be wise enough to know whether you're working your passion or your purpose. Purpose can sometimes run you in the ground.
Purpose
Purpose,
will run you in the ground. Purpose is to cross the bear. That's the cross. It's yours. It's business. It's this. It might be that. It's confusion. Nobody understands it. Why are you doing it? That's the purpose. The passion is that you like it. That's the passion. Or that it's so much a part of you. I got to do it. I don't know why I got to do it. I got to get up in the morning. I need to make the call. I'm going to I sell cars, man. They open up at 7. I'll be there at 6:30. Why I got to be so early? I don't know, man. I want to be the best. But equally, purpose and passion can be rewarded. I think when you find your passion, and I don't know, man, everybody's got the biblical way about it. Purpose, passion, whichever one you interact with first. You like this, it's your purpose, you feel related to it. You might not know it, it's a heavy word. You don't know your purpose, only God knows your purpose. I get it. I'm just saying it's something that compels you, you
Yes.
can't stop, that you enjoy doing, and now the work that you do towards it is not right.
Right. And you feel
We don't.
this sense of urgency. It's like there's this sense of urgency. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to get it done.
Man, I'm on Vera's podcast today. I'm gonna be on there, man. I want to make sure I take a bath. You know, I shave, man. I got my good suit on, man. I want to make sure, you know. But in all seriousness, that's what it is. You enjoy what you do, and you do what you enjoy. Ultimately, you find what your purpose is for. You be activated, even if you don't know it. That's another thing I believe. You might not know you're in it, but you can't quit it. That's another part. Just keep messing with it. I don't know why I love messing with these cars. I've been messing with the car for 50 years. Why? I don't know. You like it? Yeah, it's cool. Man, make some money with it. You really? Yeah. They charge 2,000 over there for how much would you do it? I do it for 500. Bam. It's a business. You've been doing it for free.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That,
And
that's just, it's not
yes.
complicated.
Right. And, a lot of times people don't understand. A lot of times we go through stuff, and the reason we're going through that stuff is because it brings us to our purpose. A lot of times, the difficult things that we go through, God has placed those things in our lives so that we can help other people, because you can't teach what you don't know, and you can't give what you don't have. And so, going through the stuff we go through, it is to help us better live our purpose and our passions.
Mm. When I start to rock it, that means you hit me. You're coming down my road. I was a United States Marine. You come in. There's 100 people in the platoon. And it's real nice on the way down there. They give you popsicles, it seems like, you're hungry, ride the bus, man. When you park that bus, ooh, man, they own you. They own you from right there. You ain't nothing. Man, they don't care about your mama, your daddy, or nobody in there. The work it takes, what they do is they strip you. They strip you to build you. And the only way you're going to get to the other side is if you don't ring the bell and quit. And that same thing applies to your business, school, the relationship. And my wife and I have one of the most beautiful relationships because we truly get that we're uniquely made. We recognize that we don't compete or compare with somebody that's all on the book of face. They just came from Paris, flew back down from Dubai, all the rest of that. I don't compare my life to that. She like to wear them fuzzy socks. They on the couch
Yes.
and watch TV. I'm sitting there looking crazy, computer turned off. I'm not talking to nobody, living the best life. And because we've done the work. And I think people are really missing the point in that right there.
And how long have you guys been married?
And we've been there married a great 5 years. We just hit our 5 year anniversary. Um,
Congratulations.
oh man, this woman here. Look, boy. This I will tell you again. I tell you, Michelle Obama. I call my wife Treva Michelle Obama Owens because I know when Michelle Obama when he doing the speech, right, and she talking to the people, when she get in the back, and I need to talk to you, brother, over here to the side. I told you don't talk about that. I wrote your whole speech. Why you didn't tell the speech I wrote? You know, and a good wife though, see the value in you, uh, promote the value in you, even when others don't, but also hold you to the work you said you would do. So you can't be saying you would do the work and not doing the work. That's why, man, the woman don't support what you're doing because you're sporadic. That's a side note to the men out here. That's just, my take. They love us. You're doing so much work to, man, paying the bills, starting the business for us, all the stuff, real stuff.
Yes, and but it is a two-way street, and I think understanding that in relationships, you've got to have that kind of support and encouragement on both ends. And to have that kind of support is just so critical for life, for success, and for a happy relationship.
Absolutely. 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 I appreciate you. I appreciate you for having me on. Man, I was so excited I got to share. I'm not as talkative normally, but really you made me feel very comfortable. I'm glad I got to share because you hit some passion points within me. You got me rocking. Once, once you hit, yeah. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in you. I love the work you're doing in the community, impacting the young children. You're writing your books. I mean, you're helping kids, man, see that they can write a book early in life. The impact you making. If you don't know, I know. That means that two or more meet and agree, and we have done some great work today. And whether they get this online or they get this on Memorex, and we're gonna make a difference.
Yes, and I have enjoyed having you here. I'm so glad that you were willing to come on. I think that you have really shared some nuggets that are going to make a difference. And again, let's talk about your book again right quick. He has two books out. The first one is The Seven Keys to Success. And so you can get that book at www.KeJohnnaOwens.com. He has a book of poetry called Expressions in Poetry, and the poem that you shared was just absolutely beautiful. And again, you can purchase these books at www.KeJohnnaOwens.com. KeJohnna, words can't express how much I've appreciated and enjoyed having you here. And you said you don't talk much, but I'm so glad you did today.
You brought it out of me. You had me over here
Oh
shaking.
my
Right?
God.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, you got it. Thank you for having me on anytime. Please let's have a conversation through ways I could add any value you may need.
Amen. And again, I want you all to check out KeJohnna Owens, Success Express Marketing Solutions. Direct number is 909-686-1698. www.successexpressmarketing.com. Check him out. Check him out. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
All right.
And we will see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, let's repeat that one more time. That's on your cup. Okay? Use kind words. Don't whine. Keep your promises. Do your best. Say your prayers. And remember, please and thank you. And work hard. Work hard. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
All right.
Thank
Listen, thank you. Thank you so much. God bless. And we will see you all next week. Bye bye.